Meet Charles, a YouTuber you may recognize from his channel, Son of a Bear. Known for his love of the outdoors, Charles often takes his audience deep into some of the most stunning forests, sharing the peace and beauty of nature. But on July 18th, 2021, in the Blue Ridge Mountains, he captured something on camera that would haunt him forever. That summer, Charles had been immersing himself in the wilderness, waking to the sound of birdsong, the rustling of leaves, and the calm rhythm of life away from the chaos of the world. On the surface, it seemed like the perfect escape, but the calm wouldn't last.
Fire.
Later that day, while on a mushroom hunting trip, Charles wandered deeper into the forest. The woods were quiet, the only sound his footsteps crunching through fallen leaves, until the silence was shattered.
And this one looks like it has a bite out of it. And this one. And there's one over here. Looks like it's holding some water. Huh? I think it's time to go.
A loud, blood-curdling scream ripped through the trees. It was close, too close. It didn't sound like an animal. It sounded human, like someone in agonizing pain. Visibly shaken, Charles stopped recording, focusing instead on his safety. This was private land, and he had rented the campsite himself. Nobody else was supposed to be out there. So, who or what had made that sound? Before he could even process it, things escalated. Charles pulled out his phone and hit record again. This time capturing something even more chilling: gunshots. Faint at first, then clearer. The echoes carried through the trees, proof that whatever was happening wasn't just in his imagination. Not willing to take chances, Charles returned to his campsite as quickly as possible. Once back, he reported everything to the property owner, but to his surprise, the owner was just as stunned and had no explanation. To this day, no answers have ever surfaced. The screams, the gunfire, and the unknown presence in those woods remain a mystery. So, what do you think? Were the screams and the gunshots connected? Was someone truly in danger that day? Or was something darker lurking in the Blue Ridge Mountains, waiting to be found? What's up, Silent Nightmare family? I have something huge to share with you today. If we hit 100,000 subscribers by the end of September, 10 lucky subscribers will each receive a $50 gift card. You can choose any gift cards. That's $500 in total prizes as a thank you to this amazing community. It's super easy to enter. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, like this video, comment below with your favorite Silent Nightmare video or your scariest camping story. That's it. Let's hit 100K together and celebrate the only way we know how, with a massive giveaway. This is Gaz, an experienced outdoorsman who set off on another wild camping trip with his loyal dog, Fendi. What was supposed to be a peaceful escape into nature quickly turned into something far darker. Their journey began near a quiet lake, where Gaz noticed something unsettling, an abandoned tent hidden along the shore. He made a note to check it out later and carried on with his hike. The day was perfect: waterfalls, forest trails, and the calming rhythm of the wild. By evening, he and Fendi had returned to camp.
Put your night vision goggles back on so you can see me. And then we'll go find the druid's altar.
What are you doing? Oh yeah.
As the fire crackled, Gaz brewed a coffee and settled in. But the peace didn't last. Strange noises echoed from the trees, then a loud crash. His instincts sharpened. Something, or someone, was out there.
What was that? Did you hear that? Definitely sounded like a tree falling down from over there somewhere. Kept hearing stuff up behind me, and then big crash right over there, but I can't see out through trees. Predator.
At first he tried to dismiss it as wildlife, but when he pressed deeper into the woods, the darkness seemed heavier, almost suffocating. That's when he found it.
I can hear rustling over here, but don't know if it's just my imagination playing tricks on me. Oh, this is a bit dodgy, isn't it? Be careful, mate. Oh, look at this. Yeah, tawny owls going off their heads down there. 3 of them. There it is over there. There it is, look, the tent. Hello? Hello? There's rubbish everywhere. Oh. Just looks like kids have been in here. Oh, I don't know. Oh, there you go. That answers it, doesn't it? Friend, shit me pants then, mate. Oh, look. Bong there and cream of tomato soup.
A strange stone structure, carefully built, not by nature, but by human hands. Someone had taken time to create this. Moving further in, he reached the abandoned tent. Scattered belongings lay inside, left behind in a hurry, or abandoned for a reason. The unease grew. On the way back, splashing echoed across the lake, then glowing eyes appeared in the distance. Fendi growled, Gaz froze. His headlamp flickered, then went out.
Oh, my head torch seems to be running out of battery now. Watch, it'll dim in a minute. Keeps dimming. Great. That's all we need. Oh, definitely just saw eye shine over there. Oh, fucking head torch. Oh, maybe it was a Wendigo.
In the darkness, he stumbled across another structure. Inside lay an upside-down Bible, strange markings covering its pages. The air turned colder, the woods unnaturally silent.
Oh, do we dare even come in here? Holy Bible. That says the end there. Is it upside down? Why would it be upside down? It's Genesis, the first passage of the Bible, I don't know. It's got some scribbling on there. Can't make out what it says. Mary Ann something or other. Eastwood, Todmorden, 1995. That's creepy, isn't it? Upside down Bible.
Was this a warning, a ritual, or something worse? Shaken to his core, Gaz retreated to camp, unsure if he had brushed against the supernatural or stumbled into something far more dangerous. Meet Jason, an avid outdoorsman with a passion for exploration and adventure. He's the face behind the YouTube channel Exploring Intuition. Though he hasn't posted in more than 2 years, his collection of daring trips and wild escapes continues to draw viewers. But in this particular clip, what began as just another camping trip turned into something far more unsettling. It was April 19th, 2020. Jason arrived at Shawnee State Forest, planning to spend the night completely alone, camping deep in the wilderness. Excitement carried him as he hiked toward a secluded spot he knew well, eager to set up camp before nightfall. The towering trees swayed gently in the wind, birds called in the distance. It was the perfect setting for solitude. But as he finally reached his campsite, something about the silence gave him pause. An uneasy feeling crept over him.
Hey guys, so I was just getting set up here and I heard some gunshots off in the distance and some people. It's kind of far off, but you know, the people I can handle. This is a public area after all. Gunshots not so much, you know. I'm hoping those just stay where they're at, but I'm gonna continue setting up camp and have a quiet evening hopefully. So after a few adjustments, this is what I ended up with. I had to lower my ridgeline a little bit so that my tarp hung out a little closer to my hammock. And here in the hammock, I've got the sleeping bag put in already. And underneath the sleeping bag is this sleeping mat. And that should well keep me pretty well insulated through the night. Like I said, it's only going to get down to about 42, so I should be pretty good to go.
Once his camp was ready, that tension faded, replaced with the calm of a crackling fire and the simple rhythm of gathering wood. But just as he began to relax, the forest shifted. A sound cut through the night, a bark, sharp and distant.
You hear that? It's coon dog, I think. That noise I've been hearing, I think it's people out doing some coon hunting. I think, even though it's kind of early in the day to be doing some coon hunting, I think normally you do that at night, but I'm not an expert. That's what it sounds like to me. Hopefully they don't come back this way, but if they do, I guess they do. We'll have to deal with it. They won't find no coons around here because I've been scaring them away. I'm not sure that's coon dogs now that I hear it. Hope that's not coyotes. Well, I am armed just in case, so I guess we'll see what happens. Part of the fun of being out in the wilderness by yourself.
At first, Jason brushed it off. He'd heard dogs before on his trips. But then the barking stretched, twisting into long, eerie howls. More voices joined in, layering into a chilling chorus. This wasn't just dogs, it was a pack. Coyotes, or something else. A cold shiver ran down his spine. Jason wasn't defenseless. He had brought a weapon, a precaution for solo camping, but the last thing he wanted was to use it. Still, the unease lingered, the fire crackled, dinner sizzled, and for a while, the tension lifted. Then the howls returned, closer this time, much closer. His chest tightened. Leaving wasn't an option. Hiking back through pitch-black forest with only a flashlight would make him even more vulnerable.
Those sound more like wild dogs to me. I don't know what they're going on about. They sound like they're just on the other end of the holler, so I hope they stay there. One dog's not too bad to deal with, but 8 or 9, that could be a problem. So tonight on the menu is going to be some North Atlantic cod. Hopefully it won't attract those hounds in, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. I don't have enough to go around. They're just going to have to go without for tonight. Well, it sounds like those dogs are getting closer. I might have some trouble tonight. I may have to stop cooking. Who would have thought of all the things you're going to have to deal with in the woods, it's going to be wild dogs. Well, the more I listen, the more I think that those are hunting dogs and somebody's out training them. Because I can hear the guy down there now hollering for him to come back or something like that. For a minute he was doing a whoop, and it freaked me out because I don't know if you guys watch any other videos on YouTube, but when you're in the middle of the woods and you hear a whoop, that's normally time to get out of the woods, but so far so good. What I'm doing right now is when I was down doing dishes, is I left my knife in the water, so I'm here to retrieve that. There it is. So right now I'm looking for a place to hang my food bag for the night. It's hard to find any trees with branches close enough to the ground, but I need to find some place kind of far away from camp because not only are these hounds active in the area, but it's also time for bears to start waking up, and we do have bears in this area now. We didn't used to have them for the longest time, but they're starting to make a comeback. And I think this is going to do it. Yep, that'll do it right up there. Okay guys, so whenever you're hanging your food, as a general rule, I would say you always want to go at least 10 feet off the ground, off a standing range for maybe a bear or something like that. And when you hang it off the branch, you don't want to put too much, or you don't want to hang it too close to the branch itself so raccoons can reach down and get into it. You know, about a foot and a half from the branch, and kind of far away from the tree itself. Usually a good way to go. That should be pretty good for the night.
Hanging it out of reach to remove any temptation. When he finally crawled into his hammock, the forest was heavy with silence, broken only by the faint crackle of the fire. Unease pressed in as he tried to sleep, every sound in the dark amplified. Throughout the night, he woke to more howls, but this time they seemed further away. Rain soon began to fall, drumming against the leaves and masking the noises, giving him some fragile comfort. By morning, golden sunlight broke through the damp forest. Relief washed over him as he packed his gear, though the questions remained. What had really been out there? Just coyotes? Stray dogs? Or something else watching from the shadows? Jason left Shawnee State Forest that day relieved, but unsettled. It was a camping trip he wouldn't soon forget. Meet Joe and Elliot, the masterminds behind the popular YouTube channel, The Ghost Theory. For over a decade, these daring explorers have taken viewers deep into the unknown, investigating haunted locations and capturing evidence of the paranormal. But their latest adventure took a terrifying turn they never expected. Their plan was simple: spend the night in an abandoned mansion hidden in a dense, eerie forest. What they didn't anticipate was that it wouldn't just be spirits they'd have to fear. It was the night of July 13th, 2024, when Joe and Elliot arrived at the decaying manor. Isolated and shrouded by trees, the building's haunting aura was amplified by the moonlight. From the moment they stepped inside, a chilling presence seemed to envelop them. They headed upstairs to film atmospheric shots before starting the video. But even then, the unexplainable began.
Now, not gonna lie, this has been fucking mad right now. So we're hearing footsteps, like non-stop footsteps through this building. And we were on these cameras and we couldn't see anybody. And what we did is we almost chased these footsteps right to the roof. And the roof goes nowhere but into an empty tower. Now the reason I'm whispering is because we're still hearing these noises, and this is
Footsteps echoed first on the staircase, then again as Elliot spoke. They searched the entire house, even chasing the sounds, but found no one. Could this be paranormal activity? Having witnessed countless hauntings before, they wanted to be sure. After all, it was an abandoned mansion. Anything could be out there. Following the sounds, they ventured to the upper floors, calling out in hopes of a response. Footsteps answered again, yet no one appeared. Frustrated, Joe admitted they might be dealing with something far stranger than people.
Hello?
What do we do? Because we've heard someone running around. That's like a normal thing to hear if there was people here. Yeah. So what do we do? Fuck it, it's annoying. Like, genuinely, like, let's stop. Not literally, but like, it's not people.
No.
There is no fucking people. So,
no,
let's go to a section, let's go down to the bottom, whatever.
After over an hour of searching, they decided to focus on making a proper ghost hunting video. But before they could finalize a plan, the noises returned, surrounding them. They combed every floor, even the attic, but still no one was there. Convinced it wasn't a person, no one could move so stealthily, they tried to gather courage. Every step, every creak left them on edge. Hoping to escape the sounds, they moved to the other side of the building, but it didn't help.
Have a look. There's a fuck all chance someone just came out of here. Oh, for fuck's sake. It's always the same fucking story, isn't it?
Was that this door?
It must have been. But it was shut. It made us jump the first time. It's not going to open again, could it? Yeah, I know. When we came up, I didn't realise any of these doors were here, actually.
Is there a breeze? There was no breeze.
Well, no, it kind of just opened anyway. If I didn't hear the fucking footsteps. No. What the fuck was that?
That was right behind you. That was right.
I know.
Oh my. Oh my god.
Why is fucking everything making me jump? Fuck me. This has to be one of the most haunted places we've ever been.
There's almost like no doubt about it now.
I haven't had this feeling for ages.
No.
Joe, reaching his breaking point, was ready to give up. Then, looking out a window, what they saw was far more terrifying.
There's lights. There are lights. That's just... That's people. There's people out there.
A whole group of people entering the building. Confusion set in. First mysterious footsteps, now this. To stay safe, they switched to GoPro footage, moving quietly as the group called out downstairs.
In my pocket.
That's hilarious. Really? They're all the way over there now. They're actually good. Yeah, you can hear their engine now. They're actually driving off. That's fucking hilarious.
That's fucking...
The group panicked when Elliot and Joe made a sound, fleeing to their cars, captured on camera from above. Realizing the difference between human noise and the mysterious footsteps, Joe and Elliot became convinced they were indeed dealing with something paranormal.
What it's like when there are people in the building. They're loud, they're destructive, and hopefully you can scare them away with a slight tap when they call out for ghosties.
Yeah, and that proves that they weren't here, because if they were here making noises to scare us, why would they run away once they know that we're here? Or they thought it was a ghost or something. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, it couldn't have been them making noises, because they just turned up for one.
They just weren't
And then
speaking.
two, they were scared off by any noise that we've made, and we've been here for a long time, so
Yeah.
that's that. They're gone. Then they have actually gone as well. It's
Yeah.
not just a case of, oh, they might still be outside. We know they've gone, because we've seen them drive off in that direction, so...
Now, we've been getting some amazing stuff. Let's just carry on. Let's go down to the middle floor.
Yeah, and that's brilliant, because it's weird. I was just saying, I just want to see people.
Yeah.
Like, I've been given both now.
Yeah.
We've got paranormal and we've got people. The people have buggered off. We now know what both sounds like.
Oh, yeah.
So,
That
perfect.
makes it so much.
Feeling braver, they resumed their ghost hunt, but the courage was short-lived. Loud footsteps echoed through the hallway, yet no one was there. Determined, they followed the sounds, calling out, but found nothing. Then it happened.
Is that the noise that you can make to communicate with us? Can you tap out twice just to confirm yes?
No.
Oh, yes! Thank you very much.
That was
Incredible.
in this hallway again.
A wave of undeniable proof. Something confirmed what they'd feared all along. They were not imagining it. Respectfully, they ended the night, leaving the spirits undisturbed. Joe and Elliot made it out safely, still fascinated by what they had experienced. When they posted the video on YouTube, viewers were stunned. Some questioned if it was real, while others were convinced by the evidence. Joe and Elliot stand by their experience, confident they encountered a ghost. What do you think it was? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. This is Dan, a well-known YouTuber you might recognize from his channel Cursed Urban Dan. For nearly 5 years, he's taken viewers along on his outdoor journeys, ranging from peaceful camping trips to chilling explorations of the unknown. Fearless and determined, Dan has always embraced the thrill of the wilderness, but on this particular night, he would face something unlike anything he had ever encountered, a real-life nightmare that would stay with him forever. It was November 18th, 2024, a cold winter evening, perfect for Dan's latest adventure. His chosen destination was the ominously named Forest of Sorrow, a place steeped in unsettling legends. Locals whisper of strange rituals, ghostly apparitions, and unlucky travelers who entered, never to return. It's the kind of place most would avoid after dark, yet Dan ventured in alone, determined to capture its haunting beauty on camera. After arriving, he parked his car, set up camp, and decided to take a short evening walk through the forest.
All right, back onto the trail. So, man, it's getting dark. I've had to open up my aperture all the way now. I'm about to have to start bumping up the ISO on the camera. And I am getting hungry.
As night fell, he returned to his campsite, built a fire, and roasted marshmallows, enjoying a rare moment of calm, but the stillness didn't last.
You gotta be kidding me. Dude, I just heard a scream. Dude, that was that scream again. Who's speaking? That was that scream again. Dude.
A scream tore through the silence, echoing across the trees. Dan froze, realizing he was not alone. His unease grew, but curiosity pushed him forward. Hoping for answers, he pulled out his spirit talker to see if he could make contact with whatever might be out there. Almost instantly, the forest fell deathly quiet again.
What I'm going to do is I am going to put out this fire to the best of my ability. And probably take a quick trip down the trail.
Later, restless and uneasy, Dan decided to take one last walk before heading to bed. That's when he heard it.
Yo! What was that? What the... Dude, that sounded powerful. That sounded like something big is...
A loud snapping sound from the trail ahead. He stopped, listening, trying to convince himself it was nothing. But then it came again, louder this time. Something large was moving through the trees. A chill ran down his spine.
Oh, what the f... Something just seems off tonight. Or right now. And I don't know. Sorry guys, I know I'm rambling and just like kind of carrying on right now, but it's just this is like just raw. This is like how I'm feeling right now. Like, I don't know, maybe I should go back. Go back to the safety of my campsite.
Sensing danger, Dan turned back toward camp, unaware that his instincts had just saved him.
I just saw a light. I saw a light. Dude.
As he neared his campsite, a flicker of light caught his eye. A flashlight beam. At first he thought little of it, but his relief quickly turned to dread when he realized the light was coming directly from his tent. Panicked, Dan hurried back, only to find his tent wide open. Someone had been inside. Thankfully, he'd kept his valuables with him, but the violation left him shaken.
I think I got it on film. Wait. I didn't have this chair over here. This chair is closer to my tent. And dude, my tent is open. What the No, dude, my tent was not. No, my tent was not open when I left here. That chair was over by the tent, and the tent was not open.
Unsure what to do, he debated leaving, but ultimately chose to stay, reassuring himself that the worst had passed. For a while, all was quiet. He even updated his viewers, saying nothing unusual had happened since the earlier scare, but peace was not what awaited him.
Were they looking for that? Why would somebody be here? And why would somebody just take off if they were here? There was somebody just by my camp, looking around with a light, right by where this boot is, and somebody opened my tent.
Just as he began to drift off to sleep, he was jolted awake by the crunch of footsteps. They grew louder, closer, heading straight toward his tent. His pulse quickened. Was this the same person who had been snooping around earlier? The steps stopped right beside him. Then, a beam of light pierced through the fabric of his tent, pointing directly at him. Heart racing, Dan switched off his own light and froze. Summoning every ounce of courage, he called out into the darkness.
Somebody outside. There's somebody outside. Hello? Who's out here? Who's out here? Answer me, who is out here?
For a tense moment, there was silence. Then, the figure retreated, vanishing into the woods without a word. Shaken and unwilling to risk another encounter, Dan packed up his gear and left the forest immediately. The next day, he reported the incident to the rangers, hoping to prevent others from facing the same danger. Though he escaped unharmed, the experience left him deeply unsettled, because while ghosts and legends are frightening in their own right, nothing is more chilling than the thought of a stranger lurking in the dark, someone whose intentions may be far worse than any spirit. This video comes from Ragnar, a YouTuber known for chasing extreme challenges and pushing himself deep into the wild. But in July 2025, one of those challenges came dangerously close to ending his life. His plan was simple: camp alone overnight on a remote island. To get there, he swam across from the mainland, battling saltwater currents and hidden dangers, before finally dragging himself onto the jagged shore. From the very beginning, something about the island felt unsettling. A storm was brewing on the horizon, but he pressed forward. Pushing through palm trees and thick vines, he found a small clearing and set up camp, only to realize he wasn't alone.
Those are pretty ominous looking clouds. I think it's showtime, guys. We've got to start setting up now. Got to scramble all the stuff under the top so that when that comes and smashes in, at least all the stuff's here. Like, you got like. Okay, relax. It's close. Oh my god. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna have to bank that. This one's intense. Hold up, please. I don't want to have to spend the night. Where's the bivy bag? I'm gonna have the bivy bag ready in case all hell breaks loose. That's scary, bro. Where the hell is the bivy bag? Right now we just need this top to hold up, that wind to stay down, and hopefully it's gonna handle this.
Huge spiders crawled across the ground nearby, a constant reminder of how exposed he truly was. By nightfall, the storm struck in full force. Winds tore through the trees, rain slammed down in sheets, and thunder cracked so violently it felt like the island itself was shaking. His makeshift tarp buckled under the onslaught as lightning split the sky. Exhausted, soaked, and terrified, he lay awake wondering if he would make it through the night.
Hold up, buddy, hold up. It's actually good to check like if this thing leaks at all. That's a bit loose that side. Coffee in a can.
When morning finally broke, the storm had passed, but his ordeal was far from over. To leave the island, he had to swim back through the ocean. The shallows were littered with sharp sea urchins, each step a potential disaster as he fought his way into deeper water. Somehow, battered and drained, he reached the mainland. He survived, but only just. With the sea, the storm, and the island itself against him, one mistake could have cost him everything. This chilling footage was captured by Dan, the YouTuber behind Exploring with Fighters. Known for his love of adventure and the outdoors, Dan frequently ventures into abandoned buildings, haunted forests, and uncharted locations, always bringing viewers along on thrilling explorations. Fascinated by the paranormal, he's constantly searching for extraordinary moments, but on this particular night, what he captured was far more terrifying than any ghost. It was November 14th, 2012, a cold, eerie winter evening when Dan set out for the infamous Epping Forest, rumored to be haunted by dark legends and ghostly apparitions. He wasn't alone. His good friend Flex joined him, a companion he'd braved countless adventures with. As they arrived, they parked their car and stepped into the darkness. All that met their eyes was an old, creepy church with a graveyard beside it. The atmosphere sent shivers down their spines, but they pressed on.
Well, if we go around the back of the church and camp in the forest there, we can have a fire because we're not on the graveyard. We're in the forest.
Is that noise?
Yeah, what the hell was that?
That wasn't the normal fox noise.
Could have been, I don't know.
It could have been, but it doesn't sound like a normal fox.
Right, come on, let's grab our stuff and set camp. It's getting cold already, so let's...
walk right through the graveyard?
Yeah, if we walk through the graveyard, we'll go right to the back. Are you ready to go and find somewhere to camp? Full moon's beaming down above you.
Strange, unexplainable noises reached them, which they initially brushed off as foxes or other wildlife. Grabbing their gear, sleeping bags, and a tent, they ventured deeper into the woods, unaware of the unseen eyes tracking them. After finding a suitable spot, they set up their large tent, built a campfire to stay warm, and settled in, chatting as friends do. But their conversation was soon interrupted by more unsettling noises from the woods.
Dr. Pepper? No. What was that weird noise? It just sounded like something way in the distance, but in the woods.
Oh, yeah.
Almost like a thump. Like a thumping hollow sound. It's just the weird woods, that's what it is.
I kind of feel better in this tent.
I hope it's a fox. Sound like a scream.
The fox said.
Screams.
Stop now. Some weird noises.
Yeah. The only thing I'm worried about is cooking the food in here.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll give it like 10 minutes and we'll start cooking it.
Yeah.
But it's an owl. Yeah, definitely an owl.
Though animal sounds were normal, something felt off, an unease that made them want to remain safely inside the tent. Trying to ignore the feeling, they prepared a meal and returned to the tent, the night momentarily calm. But peace was short-lived.
You're damn good. Do you like the broccoli?
We'll try some now. I've never actually tried it.
It makes it all worthwhile. All the hard work that went into it. Oh!
Who's there?
What the fuck is that? I don't know. It could be an animal, but I don't know. I hit the tent.
Suddenly, the tent was struck with force and footsteps wandered around their campsite. Shocked, Dan and Flex exchanged fearful glances. Who or what was out there?
I don't like this. What was that? What branch was that been? I've been for a bit, but I haven't heard anything like that all night. That's what worries me. That was down there, wasn't it? Yeah. The chills. I'm gonna turn all the lights off now.
The footsteps grew louder, circling their tent, as if the intruder had no intention of hiding. Heart racing, they turned off their lights, sitting in agonizing silence for 5 minutes before deciding to act. Slowly, they unzipped the tent and peered into the pitch-black forest, but saw nothing, only the eerie stillness of the woods.
Open the tent. Open the tent. Are you mad? Serious? So I've got a CCTV camera up there. It might go in on there. I put it up there because last time we got a fox on camera walking around the tents. So I wanted to see if we capture any animals walking around. But whatever that was, it smashed the side of the tent. Yeah. It could have. The G footsteps. At first I thought, hold on, it could be like a branch falling off the tree, right? Mm. But the way it smacked the side of the tent, but then the footsteps, but then it could have been an animal. I'll have to check that CCTV footage.
How soon can you check it?
Tomorrow morning.
They convinced themselves it must have been a branch or some wandering animal. Dinner resumed, reassured by the thought, and they settled in for sleep, unaware of the footage their camera had captured. The next morning, as dawn broke and they reviewed the recordings at a nearby hotel, what they saw sent chills down their spines.
So when something's triggered on the camera, it takes about 2 or 3 second delay, so I didn't actually catch whatever was thrown at the tent. But check this out, I did see this. In the bottom right corner, something comes into the frame. There was definitely someone there, and it looks like they just take a look what was going on. And as Flex pops his head out to take a look, they dart off into the darkness. Now this is quite a scary thought.
A man was walking toward their campsite, standing silently beside the tent. He didn't move or make a sound, just watched. When Dan and Flex opened the tent, he vanished into the woods. All night, they had assumed the noises were from animals, but the footage revealed a far more sinister truth. Someone had been lurking, silently observing them. Thankfully, he left when he realized they were awake. Dan and Flex were haunted by the thought afterward, but grateful to have made it out safely. One thing was certain, next time they camp, they wouldn't brush off strange occurrences so easily. This clip comes from the YouTube channel Leslie Mansfield, where Leslie shares her outdoor adventures. Normally, her videos are lighthearted and uplifting, celebrations of nature, solitude, and exploration. But this trip was different. On January 26, 2025, her solo wild camping adventure took a frightening turn. Leslie set out with excitement, eager to spend a quiet night deep in the forest. The crisp winter air and long shadows of the setting sun made the wilderness feel calm and secluded, exactly what she was looking for.
It's a nice area and all, Ooh, what's happening here? Bridleway diversion route. Well, I'm not on a horse, so am I allowed? Bridleway closed. We're felling the diseased and dying ash trees along this bridleways. Great. That means I'll be all alone, except if other naughty people who are willing to go through tape come down here. Oh. Let's have a look at where I'm going.
Ignoring the no trespassing signs, she pushed further off the trail, determined to find the perfect spot before darkness fell. That's when she noticed it. A figure, distant but moving, watching. Her pulse quickened, a chill racing down her spine. Determined not to panic, she pressed on and found a small clearing tucked away between thick trees and bushes. Hidden, she felt safer.
Walking down the bottom of the valley there with a torch. I'm sure they're fine and innocent, but I've turned all my lights off until they've walked by. That person with the torch going along, I was about to set the camera up and I was about to say, oh, I'm on a hilltop and I can see they're about to leave the valley, so that's good. But they didn't. They came back and sort of towards the tent, and I just thought, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Pat, the camera, in fact the camera is what I was worried about. First time I've used this, Insta360, my first ever camera. It's funny how I was packing that, wanting to make sure that was okay. And my hip belt I wear, so it's got my mobile and keys, so I just got my rucksack on and left the tent and hid down in the trees to make sure they went, because I also wanted to check what they were doing rather than just, you know, me leaving. And eventually they left. I don't know, I was spooked by then, so I found a different spot. Hello. Of course I'm wearing my mountain jacket, so with all the stress I'm boiling.
For a while, the tension faded, replaced by the rustle of leaves and the comfort of setting up her camp. But the uneasy feeling never fully left. Every sound seemed louder, every shadow closer. Then it happened. The sharp beam of a flashlight cut through the trees. Leslie froze. Was it the same figure she'd seen before? Or someone else? The sense of being watched was undeniable. Her heart pounded. Instinct took over. Leslie tore down her tent, stuffed her belongings into her pack, and left immediately. She didn't look back. The forest that had felt so serene now felt suffocating, like a trap. Every step back toward her car was charged with adrenaline, every shadow a potential threat. When she finally reached her vehicle, locking the doors behind her, relief washed over her. She didn't know if the person in the woods had bad intentions, or if it was just another hiker. But she did know one thing. Her instincts had been right, and listening to them had kept her safe. Angelo the explorer, known for uncovering eerie locations from abandoned sites to haunted grounds, set his sights on a new destination. In this clip, he ventures to an abandoned mill deep within Death Valley National Park, a place whispered to be alive with paranormal activity. It was September 20th, 2024, when Angelo, joined by his friends Chris and Jasco, set out to spend the night in the desert wilderness. But almost immediately, things began to unravel. Before they even reached the top of the mill, strange noises echoed through the building.
Hello? What was that? Somebody up there? We're just exploring the building. Don't mind us. Oh my god, what the was that? What was that? I don't think so. Okay.
Well, I told you I saw a light when we pulled up.
Yeah, I thought so too, but I thought maybe it was just our headlights. There actually might be somebody here. All right, so we've done a couple spins around the building, and we keep hearing stuff. We literally just heard voices again.
Or something like laughing.
Right?
That was weird.
It just leads us to that whole question, like, is there somebody here, or is it a paranormal experience?
Who knows? I mean, there's a lot of reports of paranormal, especially a lot of people come here specifically just to do ghost hunting.
Yes.
We found evidence that there may be somebody squatting here, or maybe just coming to camp, I guess. I don't know. There's a whole bunch of stuff kind of just scattered everywhere. So, I don't know.
I feel like if we were like squatting here, or staying here, you probably did something really bad.
Right.
Because
Why do you say that?
when do you think the last time a police officer was out here? Like, just cruising by?
Yeah, this place is like quite literally in the middle of nowhere. I mean,
like, if you were either in danger or in trouble and had to get out, like, get away.
Shocked but determined, they searched every floor and every room. Yet, despite covering nearly the entire mill, they found no trace of anyone else inside. Returning downstairs, they set up camp and prepared for a quiet meal. But the silence never came.
Isn't that strange that we constantly hear voices in here, but
Right.
we've not yet seen an actual person?
Well, because you wonder, is it paranormal? Is it
yeah.
real people?
But like we know people have been staying in here. I mean, here's the evidence. You got a chair.
The chair's more than
Chris checked that water. The water was actually
literally like
cold.
ice cold.
And we did see a light in here. At least we weren't sure if it was our headlights or like somebody in here. Maybe they just ran away. There's like a barbecue on the other side. No! What the is that?
The actual what's that?
Okay, I'm telling you, there's got to be somebody in here.
Yeah, no shit.
I'm telling you guys, I don't think we should stay here today. I really don't.
I don't know.
Listen.
Oh. What the? What the actual?
All right, who's up there?
There's like chains moving.
Okay, well, if we are going to plan on camping here, we should probably check the upstairs because neither of us have done that yet.
So
I went halfway.
who's gonna do it?
What the fuck? I heard that. What the hell is that?
Right over there.
Yep.
Literally in that room.
Whoa. Damn. This place is freaky as shit.
Alright, guys, come on.
Sure.
We most certainly are. There's no going back now. Okay, what was that?
You guys just feel like something's wrong? 'Cause that's how I feel.
Dude, I feel like someone's watching us right now.
Right?
And that's the problem, the scary part is if someone is, they know this place better than we do.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
That is not a joke, yeah. I mean, if somebody's like legit squatting in here, you know, every hiding spot possible.
every nook and cranny, every...
Okay, well, I think we should go check this other side at least, see if there actually is somebody in there or not.
The unsettling noises continued, weaving through the hollow structure. Each time they investigated, they came back empty-handed. Finally, as Angelo began sharing the mill's chilling history, Chris and Jasko froze. Both heard it, footsteps and movement behind them. The tension broke Jasko's resolve. Uneasy, unnerved, and feeling watched, he was ready to leave.
All right, bro.
Is it like getting closer?
Scary story and all.
Yeah.
I'm on my final straw. I'll be honest with you.
I mean, we got this one last thing about skinwalkers.
Yeah, it's all you, buddy.
Okay. Yeah, that was a intriguing story. It's just weird how it's like upstairs or
No, bro.
downstairs?
Listen, I'm just not
trying to be stupid. Like I'm like if it's fucking anything, I'm going. I'm not gonna sit here like a fucking dumbass. I'm gonna go. Like this is life or fucking death potentially. I'm sorry.
Oh boy.
Whether or not I connect this into another video elsewhere or something, that's okay. But like,
yeah. Okay. Well, I guess it's time to.
I truly don't think anyone will be upset that we leave after what they've seen from what we've recorded.
Right.
And once again, don't feel obligated to leave just because I'm saying this, but I'm telling you right now,
I mean, if one person gets a bad feeling, let alone everyone at this point.
I just don't know what it is.
Chris has had a bad feeling since the start.
Yeah, it's hard for me to be comfortable, but like the noises, when you hear voices like that, like over and over.
What the hell was that?
Alright, bro.
Huh.
So this back up our treasure now?
Yeah, I think it's time to say our goodbyes. All right, let's go.
The sounds persisted, convincing the group to abandon their overnight plans altogether. The haunted mill loomed behind them, its questions unanswered, its mysteries left untouched. Some places refused to let you stay, and this mill was one of them. This is Zach Cottom, the YouTuber behind Catch Them All Fishing. Known for his daring and creative fishing techniques, Zach doesn't just chase fish, he's equally fascinated by snakes, documenting every encounter with these elusive creatures. Fearless by nature, today he's about to push his courage to the limit like never before. It's June 23rd, 2022, and Zach is heading into an abandoned underground city in search of a python. Normally, he brings friends along on these kinds of expeditions, but this time, he's alone. A choice he may soon regret.
Uh-oh. So, before I get too deep in here, just want to let you all know I'm looking for snakes right now, for pythons. And honestly, feel like I shouldn't be in here. Hello? Hello? Guys, it's really creepy in here. And it's really big. Hello? God, there's so much going on. Hello? That goes on forever. I don't know, this place is huge.
The underground complex stretches endlessly, its dark corridors amplifying every sound. As Zach ventures deeper, the eerie atmosphere begins to gnaw at him. Every echo feels magnified, every shadow more menacing than the last. He doesn't yet realize this is only the beginning of a truly terrifying encounter.
Just never ending. It's like everything looks the same. All the walls are like the same color and stuff. And there's so many places like that the snakes can get through, like air vents and... Guys, this is honestly, like, this is spooky right now. What? What? Hello? Oh my God. Oh hell no. Oh hell no. Oh crap. The voices stopped. The voices stopped, guys. What the? It could.
guess it could be someone. Dude.
Suddenly, strange voices begin to drift through the tunnels. Zach isn't as alone as he thought. A chill runs down his spine as the sense of danger settles in. Not knowing who or what might be out there, he moves silently, trying to remain unnoticed.
Wish me luck, guys. I gotta shut off my light. I don't know what's going on.
As the voices draw closer, Zach switches off his light, freezing in place for an agonizing 10 minutes. Every nerve is alert as the whispers slowly fade. Once silence returns, he cautiously switches his light back on and makes the decision to retreat, choosing safety over confrontation. Back home, while reviewing the footage, Zach notices something he hadn't seen in the moment.
What the heck? It's leaking outside from somewhere. What?
Hello?
A noise beside him, a sudden turn of the camera, and there it is. A figure, motionless in the next room, staring directly at him. He hadn't seen it in real time, but now he remembers the uneasy feeling of being watched the entire time. It's a chilling reminder of how much we take the safety of our everyday surroundings for granted, and how danger can be lurking in the smallest, most unsuspecting moments. This video comes from Exploring with Tom, a channel devoted to uncovering forgotten spaces where silence has replaced industry, and history clings to broken walls. In this episode, Tom, joined by his friend Hannah, ventured into the remains of an abandoned factory. From the outside, it seemed like nothing more than another relic swallowed by time. But once inside, they quickly realized not everything here had been left to ruin. The factory was vast, strangely beautiful in its decay. Moss crept across walls, rust-consumed pipes, and collapsed trolleys lay frozen in place. Empty offices, skeletal beams, and flooded corridors stretched endlessly around them. What was once alive with the rhythm of production was now silent, rotting, and still.
Alright, be careful, okay?
Yes, get in. Yes, get in. I fucking love this.
Oh my god. Yo, this is fucking sick. This is fucking sick.
This is nice.
This is boss. Oh, sorry. This is insane. Wow. It's all flooded as well. I know. I'm not sure what part this building was of the whole headquarters. A big way through there. Oh, there's an elevator? No way, that's sick. Get on this. That's Buster. What elevator just left as well. Oh my god. This is actually cool. This is real. This is sick. So that big thing in the center is keeping all these together, I think. Look how overgrown that place is as well. All the moss growing and everything. All the trolleys and stuff's being left in the water. It's still a bit of water down there. How massive the place is itself. So that is the main office building over there. We've got to try and get into that one. Oh, that's pretty cool, aren't they? Old pipes have been left behind too.
At first, the exploration was filled with wonder. Every rusted corner and shadowed hallway felt like a glimpse into a forgotten world. But that feeling would not last. Deeper inside, among dripping echoes and dim light, something unexpected broke the illusion.
Holy sh! Oh my god. Whoa! This is actually creepy. Point down me a sec. Point it on me. I want a flashlight and start down me.
I'm a scaredy cat.
The big flashlight. Actually, it's creepy down here to be put in.
What used to be in there then? What?
One sec. What the fuck? It's no way if I get over here. It's no way if I run. Right, stay calm. Stay calm. Yeah, it's all been stripped out, hasn't it? The f*** this part here? What the f***? Yo, what the f***? That's mad.
The f*** now.
Holy sh**. Please switch off lights when in use. How scary does that sound? What? Yeah, you can leave the light on, yeah? This is insane. They're literally above us. They're above us. Sounds creepy, doesn't it?
What looked like discarded clothes on the ground wasn't debris at all, but a man, sleeping, living within the ruins. The realization was chilling. This wasn't just abandonment. For him, this place was a home. And in that moment, the line between exploration and intrusion became painfully clear. As they pressed on, unease thickened. Faint scraping sounds echoed from above, metal against concrete, sharp and deliberate. At first, they thought it might be scavengers stripping the building for wire. But the longer it went on, the more unnatural it felt. Each sound bounced through the empty corridors, turning every closed door into a question they weren't sure they wanted answered. Caution replaced curiosity. What began as an adventure became a quiet, urgent need to leave. Abandoned places are rarely empty, and this factory was proof. Hidden lives remained in its shadows, stories that did not want to be found. Tom and Hannah left the factory behind. Their exploration wasn't cut short by collapsing walls or unsafe floors, but by something far more unsettling, the presence of those still inside. Meet John and Tim, urban explorers you might recognize from their channel Exploration Unknown. Down to earth and fearless, they've spent nearly a decade documenting their adventures through abandoned buildings. They've seen a lot, but nothing could have prepared them for what awaited on this night. It's February 7th, 2018, a cold night in Knoxville. John and Tim set out to explore a massive abandoned factory, rumored to have been built over ancient indigenous burial grounds. Many say the site is cursed. Over the years, numerous mysterious and tragic deaths occurred here, so many that the project was abandoned before it was even completed. Not exactly the kind of place most people would wander at night. But for John and Tim, it's just another exploration. Or so they thought.
It is John. And boy, have I got something special for you tonight. I'm here with my boy Tim from Breaking the Shell. Now, Michael, who we've done a few videos with, told us about this place. He was not able to come with us, but this is an abandoned yacht factory. And I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys this place is massive. Now, the whole story behind this is they built it near the river and it's rumored that there was ancient Indian burial sites here. This place has been cursed. There's been numerous mysterious, crazy deaths that's happened here to the point where they abandoned the project before it's ever finished. So this place is supposed to be super haunted, super scary. It even says help behind me. And me and Tim's gonna bring it to you guys. All the way. Follow us.
No more than 2 minutes into the building, a loud, unsettling noise jolts them. A dragging sound echoes from the upper floors, like heavy objects being moved.
I hear banging coming back here, Tim. Do you hear it?
I do hear that.
Shh. What is that?
Dude, that sounds like it's coming against that wall.
Dude. Let's walk over there and see what that is. I've never been in a place this big. I hear something behind us. What is that banging?
What is that scream?
I just saw a light, dude. I just saw a light up there in the top.
Is that fenced off?
I can't tell. It looks like 2 levels over there.
Sounds like work going on.
I know, it sounds like somebody working. Hold still.
Looks like
Hello? It sounds like somebody is up there.
John glances up and catches the faint flicker of a flashlight. A clear sign someone else is here. But when they call out, there's no response. Only the eerie sounds continue, growing closer and more unnerving. Could it be a squatter? Or someone not quite in their right mind? They pull back slightly, trying to locate the source.
What is that? Sounds like something's coming this way.
It's getting closer.
Dude, that is getting closer. Sounds like it's about that bottom right there. It's going backwards now.
There's something up there. Oh my God, dude. I'm starting to...
Unease settles over them as they make the decision to investigate further, heading upstairs. Then it happens.
Dude, I don't know what that was.
No, it's not. I still hear it moving, but it's not so loud. Now it sounds like somebody walking.
How do we get up there?
That's what I'm wondering. You want to walk down?
Yeah, we can go down that way.
God, it sounds like people.
Keep an eye up there, bro, because I don't know if there's somebody walking up there messing with us. Very sketchy.
Oh my God, dude.
Dude, there's somebody here. There's somebody here. We don't want no trouble. We're just filming.
A loud bang from above, sending chills down their spines. They call out, trying to assure anyone listening they mean no harm, but are they really safe? Searching the vast building for a staircase, they find none. Standing still, listening to the echoing noises, the camera suddenly captures something terrifying.
This is insane.
I'm gonna freak out by that hole right there.
I know. There's got to be somebody in here with us. He's just got to be.
There's that room that's over that way. When you were looking at that...
You want to go? Oh, there's an elevator shaft over here. Let's go. I swear I thought I heard something right here.
Behind a pillar, a black figure lurks just out of sight. John and Tim are completely unaware, but a creeping dread tells them they are not alone. Deciding caution is wiser than confrontation, they move toward the exit, but just as they reach it, a dark figure appears.
we're going to get out of here. I think it's time to wrap it up. I don't know what kind of danger we're in. I'm pretty sure someone's here, and I do not know what their intentions are, nor do I want to find out what their intentions are. Dude, that come from over here. Holy shit, dude, get out of here. Oh my God, dude. Oh God, dude, let's go.
Heart pounding, they sprint to their car, adrenaline propelling them into the night. Safely back at Tim's house, the two sit on edge, processing what just happened. They've never experienced anything like this before. The memory haunts them long after, but one thing is certain. Someone, or something, was out there watching them that night. This is Moxley, the YouTuber behind Moxley's Paranormal, known for his fearless solo camping trips and chilling explorations. Drawn to places with dark histories, he thrives on testing the limits of fear. Tonight, however, his courage will be pushed to its breaking point. Moxley is venturing into the infamous Peoria Pit, a site haunted by tragedy. In 1909, a catastrophic explosion trapped miners underground, and locals claim their restless souls still linger. On quiet nights, whispers say, the faint cries of the lost miners echo through the surrounding forest. Ever the skeptic, Moxley arrives, sets up his hammock, and settles in as rain begins to fall. But the forest doesn't stay silent for long. Soon, voices pierce the night. Not far from his camp, unease washes over him as the murmurs linger in the damp, cold air. He hopes that whatever or whoever is out there doesn't come closer.
In one of the UK's most haunted forests, and we're going to solo camp this till the morning. And the crazy thing is as well, at the time there, look at that, 10:12, and it is absolutely pitch black outside. I'm literally sat here, just chilling for half an hour, and I heard a load of branches cracking. Then I heard mumbling. Then I heard them crackling going past the outside of the tarp. Not too far away, I couldn't see anybody, but this isn't a good idea. I'm here now. I can hear them in the distance. Somebody's literally just walked straight past this.
With adrenaline coursing through him, Moxley addresses the camera, eyes wide, nerves fraying. Footsteps circle his hammock, and the feeling of being watched is undeniable. Again, voices and footsteps echo, as though someone knows he's there, but they don't reveal themselves. Frozen, he waits in the dark, each sound stretching endlessly.
I thought coming out here, in the vein, would have actually stopped anybody from coming out here. But to be fair, who's to say it is someone? It could be something. There is somebody walking there. We're gonna have to go check, aren't we? Like somebody walked this way.
Unable to shake the growing dread, Moxley makes a daring decision. Armed only with a flashlight, he leaves the relative safety of his hammock and ventures deeper into the pitch-black woods. His light cuts through the darkness, revealing nothing but empty space. Yet the sounds intensify, the crunch of footsteps in the underbrush, whispers carried on the wind.
Half expecting to see someone.
Every sense screams danger, but the forest remains stubbornly silent to his eyes. Defeated, he retreats to his hammock, hoping a movie will calm his nerves.
Spooking myself out, especially with the movie I've just watched. Let me know in the comments what movie do you think it is. Well, yeah, I'm going to go carry on, watch the rest of this, I'm going to try and get some close eye.
But the noises return, louder this time. Footsteps, whispers, shadows pressing close against the flimsy fabric of his hammock. He realizes that sometimes curiosity can be dangerous, yet he can't ignore the feeling that someone has been stalking him all night.
But it startled me. I just dozed off. There's weird noises, but it's down to the vein. Because it's raining. I do feel like something's watching me here now. I'm getting that overwhelming feeling. I don't think I'm going to get much sleep. I want to put the spirit talker on, but I don't want to draw any sort of attention to where I am. This is going to be one long, long night. So I'm just lay here in the hammock and just heard, sound like a group of people having a full-on conversation, almost like they were having a heated argument. A conversation, a bit of an argument, definitely a disagreement. But it is known for people to come out here who are on a few drinks, a few smokes, and getting up to no good. I'm hoping where I am, I'm pretty much safe and I'm away from their prying eyes, because it is pretty muddy out as well, so keep looking over there because I still feel like somebody's watching me. I've been trying to get off and get back to sleep for about 5 minutes now. Oh. There's something quite heavy just hit the side of the tent. Granted, it could be a branch falling off the tree, but it startled me. I just dozed off. There's weird noises, but it's down to the vein because it's raining. I do feel like something's watching me here now. I'm getting that overwhelming feeling. I'm not alone out here. I know I'm not alone out here. I'm whispering, I'm trying to keep my voice down as much as possible. The last thing I want is to attract any sort of attention from the wrong sort of people out here.
Summoning his courage once more, he steps out into the dark. A sudden whistle cuts through the silence, followed by more footsteps. He calls out, but the forest answers with nothing.
Whistling. Somebody's just been whistling out here. It sounds so close. Is there someone there? There. That sounds like somebody there. go night vision, just so they can't see my lights. This is absolutely nuts. I really do feel like I've been watched from all angles out here now. I heard that whistling, I told you, I heard it and I've caught it on camera. I'm hoping the camera's picked that up.
Turning off his flashlight, he switches to night vision, desperate for a glimpse of the Watcher. For 15 agonizing minutes, he stands in the blackness, straining for any sign, but the forest keeps its secrets. Finally, as dawn breaks through the trees, Moxley packs his gear, eager to leave the haunted woods behind. The mystery of that night stays with him. Who or what followed him, walking beside his hammock, watching from the shadows? Brian's paranormal travels has always stood apart. Where others chase shadows with reckless energy, Brian listens. He doesn't dramatize or force a narrative. He lets the places themselves breathe, revealing their secrets in their own time. This time, his journey led him to Amsterdam. Beyond the city's canals and restless streets lies a cemetery the locals call the House of Question. It is a place where memory has thinned, where silence feels heavy, and where time itself seems reluctant to move. That night, Brian set up camp at its edge, ready to explore and document its lingering atmosphere. His plan was simple: wander by day, record by night, and test whether the unsettling legends tied to this ground carried any truth. At first, the air was still. His EMF reader stayed quiet until suddenly the needle spiked.
Overgrown graves, just look how nature is taking it back. How incredible. Oh, I was just walking here and I got some hits on the EMF. And it's kind of like I get this sense when I'm walking that I feel a sense of cold and eeriness in a way. Hard to explain. Like right now, I'm sincerely got chills. And I looked down and I saw the EMF going off. A real strange thing, my spirit app today, here in this cemetery, keeps on turning itself off. I'm not quite sure if that's a problem with my phone or is something in this cemetery turning it off. Doesn't want something to communicate with.
Once, then again, sharp and violent, as if in direct reply to something unseen. The light of late afternoon filtered through the trees, casting golden rays across the graves, but the warmth had vanished. The glow no longer comforted. Instead, it carried the unmistakable weight of being watched. Drawn deeper into the cemetery's farthest corner, Brian followed the pull of both curiosity and something he couldn't name. Each step made the reader flare again, and the atmosphere thickened. This wasn't suggestion anymore. This was presence. He was not simply passing through. He was being noticed, and then he saw him.
Oh my, look at that. That's a huge one with like a stone fence there. Oh my goodness. It's pretty incredible. But I do have the sense that something is following me throughout the cemetery today. It's pretty incredible. So I'm getting the feeling like something wants me to go to this back. I try to avoid it because it sounds like in that part of the city there's a lot of construction where you cross. Interesting. So I have the vibe to come over here. Oh my, that was loud. These trees are just absolutely stunningly beautiful. I mean, look at this. They're really incredible trees, and they've made such a beautiful park here. Oh, whoa, Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I just got crazy chills. Nothing. You just touched me? Was that you? Please don't do that again. That was not pleasant. I got a burning on the back of my neck right now. Okay, if that was you, please do not touch me again in that way. Oh man, I have to check when I get home. Man, this is crazy. And I noticed the noise over there from the construction is getting louder and more harsh. And I don't think that has anything to do with the graveyard, but maybe it's antagonizing the spirits here. But I had the sense it wanted me to come back here. So look, I'm here. That's what it just said. I got the sincere vibe to come back in this area. These are children's graves. Fond memories here. Fond memories here.
A man, old, pale. His figure stood rigid against ivy and stone, silent, unmoving. He neither spoke nor gestured, but every shift Brian made was mirrored. Every pause met with the same pause. His presence was steady, cold, and deliberate, more unsettling than any sudden outburst could have been. Brian tried to greet him. His voice carried into the stillness, but no answer came. Only that stare, unyielding, territorial, as though daring him to step closer. At last, Brian had no choice but to leave.
It's just, he keeps following me around. And it's really the creepiest thing ever. I had that happen at a cemetery in Paris, where some old dude just happened to pop up on me near a crypt, and in here, I literally have an old guy following me around. I've been going around the cemetery for a while. I stopped filming and I just wanted to take some photos and look around. This guy, everywhere I turn and everything, the guy is like literally right over there. And every time, and I said hello to him as I walked by, he didn't even respond. He just gave me a really weird look. One that I didn't.
What began as a quiet attempt to document history had become something else entirely. This wasn't just a forgotten place. It was active, alive. It had chosen to reveal itself not in darkness, but in broad daylight. Even as Brian left, the encounter clung to him. The silence of that cemetery pressed against his thoughts long after he stepped back into the noise of the city. Some places don't wait for night to haunt you. Some never leave, even when you walk away. From the hidden graves of Amsterdam to the sunburnt ridges of Arizona, the landscapes change, but the unease follows. This is Nolan. He's no stranger to urban exploration, and neither is his girlfriend, who often joins him in uncovering forgotten places. That day, their target was a massive abandoned mall. At first, it seemed like just another exploration, but it quickly turned into something far more intense.
Alrighty, so we'll go try this first one, and then that one has two entrances, that parking garage. Alright, well, let's go to the other one because there's two entrances there to the mall itself. This is an awesome mall, it's huge. No, those look old as hell. Now I'd like to get a look into that parking garage. Damn, they did a good job. They might have. It does look new. this ain't it, we'll go down. Nice. That's good. It's a lot. Oh, are they sealing? Are they sealing it right now? Is that above us? Is that up there? Oh, they might be sealing it. I just want to know where that's coming from. It's either here or it's up on the sky bridge. Maybe he's putting the fences up. Should we go up the stairs?
They slipped into the empty car park, their footsteps echoing through the concrete void. That's when they heard it, faint noises bouncing off the walls. Boards shifting, objects scraping. Someone was there. At first they saw nothing, until a truck came into view, parked in the shadows.
Removing boards, we hear power tools, so we're not sure what's going on, but we want to get an eye on them and see what they're doing.
If he's fixing this place up, he's not walking around with all these materials. He's gonna have a car.
He's got a truck probably up above us.
Let's go see if there's a fucking truck.
Yeah, we're gonna...
If there's a truck, then it's a guy boarding it.
Uh-huh.
There's a good chance it's someone opening it.
Yeah. Oh. His truck's up here. He's boarding it. He's definitely boarding it. So no go then, huh? Damn, we might not hit any spots on this trip. No, I don't think, the only thing he could do, he's not security, the only thing he would do is be like, he told me if I saw anybody to call. And then he'd call and we'd be gone by then. Alright, we're gonna come back and we're gonna try it again.
It was clear someone had been working inside the mall, or guarding it. Caution told them to leave, but curiosity pulled them back. Later, they returned and finally found a way in. The air was thick with dust, sunlight barely breaking through cracked skylights and shattered windows. Every step across broken tiles felt like it could give them away. Then it happened again.
No, that's the opening right there. Damn, that place looks nice. What the hell? Ooh. I think we're fine. No one's watching them. There's so many cameras. It's like Stratford. Holy shit. We hear people. Might be explorers. Either that or security.
The noises. Only this time, they weren't alone. A figure appeared in the distance. Nolan and his girlfriend froze, ducking behind a wall. Shouts rang out. The figure had seen them. A security guard. Adrenaline surged as they sprinted down the corridors, the sound of boots chasing them through the mall's hollow halls. They dove into a dark room, holding their breath as more guards' footsteps closed in.
Why did they stop?
Who is it? open that one. We'll go in this one. We just have to run into the store and get the out. Now, if they went to see if that entrance is open, then we're because they're probably in that store. We should get the out ASAP. They come in here. I think we should just run out the way we came right now. We're gonna walk it until we see them. What?
He was right outside the door. Did you not hear him?
He was a little far down. He can't grab us or anything.
The risk of being caught, or worse, was very real. When the moment came, they bolted. A desperate run through the car park, hearts pounding, until they burst out onto the street and into safety.
Either we go now and hope that he's not there, or we wait in here for a couple hours. But I think they're gonna check this. He's gonna be there, I know it. Damn it.
Make a noise in there so they all go to bed.
Yeah, but they know this connects. The camera. They're already outside, I know it. We just gotta go. You're alone, I don't wanna run. If we have the choice to, sure. If they're smart, they're out here. No way we get away from this. No way we get away.
That night reminded them just how quickly curiosity can turn to fear when you realize abandoned buildings aren't always empty. Meet the creator behind Love Sundays, a van-dwelling YouTuber who chases freedom on the road, finds peace in stealth camping, and shares the honest highs and lows of life in a van. Her channel celebrates solitude and simple routines, but one seemingly ordinary trip turned into a nightmare that exposed just how unpredictable solo travel can be.
I am parked on the side of a road. I have parked across from a bit of a clearing. After last week's video where I had a little bit of aggro, I decided this week I'm just going to come out in the middle of nowhere so that I can have a little bit of downtime. And looking at it, it looks fine at the moment, but as soon as the sun starts to go down, I think it might get a little bit creepy around here.
She arrived at a remote clearing after a stressful day, a perfect little patch of quiet to recharge. In daylight, everything felt safe, a place to park, slow cook a lamb stew, and breathe. Still, she couldn't shake a faint unease, the kind you get when a place looks different under the sun than it might under nightfall. She shrugged it off and wandered into the nearby trees, trusting the stew to simmer away while she soaked up the woods. When dusk fell, the air shifted.
Food to slowly cook away. I think I'd be a bit of a wuss if I don't actually go for a wander in the woods when the sun's down. I'm not gonna lie, this is a little bit freaky. And you'd think the lights would make it better, but it doesn't. It just... What was that? Sorry, I got freaked out then. It just makes all eyes be on you. So if there's anything in here, there's only going to be animals and things, but you just don't know, do you? Angry badger or something, but it just might jump out on me. But anyway, I'm going to head back to the van like a coward.
The peaceful exploration that had felt grounding by day took on an edge she couldn't ignore. Memories of films like Blair Witch crawled into her head, amplifying every shadow. Vulnerable and uncomfortable with the encroaching darkness, she returned to the van to eat and try to sleep. Then a car pulled up outside.
It's just pulled up, and it sounds like they're walking around the van.
So I was just woken up because I heard a car pull up, and it was at the front of the van. So I got up, turned my phone on and filmed, and as soon as I drew the curtains back, they drove off. They got to the end of the road, turned around, and then came back and parked behind the van. I don't even know, like, what they just think that there's just some random van parked here that they might be able to break into, or I don't know, but it's a little bit freaky. It makes me kind of like, I'm not moving, but I don't want somebody breaking in thinking there's no one in here, because that would be a right pain.
At first it drove off, a small relief, but moments later it came back and parked directly behind her van. The engine cut. Silence swallowed the clearing. Curtains drawn, she watched the taillights through slats of fabric and felt the hair on her arms stand up. Who had stopped? Why here? And what did they want? Against her better judgment, she managed to sleep in fits and starts, praying the strangers would leave. Morning brought a far worse discovery.
What the actual... See that? I don't even think I can shut the door now. So when I said I got left alone last night, it doesn't look like I did get left alone, does it? I didn't even hear anyone out on the side door. Right, I've got to work out how to do this. I don't think I've got any pliers. Tell you what, it's a good job I haven't got a bulkhead. There we go. Oh, it's miserable out here. How dangerous is that, locking someone in their van?
The van door wouldn't open. Panic bubbled up when she realized someone had cinched cable ties around the handle from the outside. She'd been trapped in her own home overnight. A closer look revealed even more chilling signs. Fingerprints smeared on the fuel cap. Someone had been fiddling with her diesel. And the cable ties suddenly made a cruel kind of sense. They hadn't been casual visitors. They'd planned to keep her from interfering while they tried to siphon fuel, or worse. The quiet clearing was not a random rest stop that night. It had been a targeted predatory stop. What began as a peaceful solo evening became a stark reminder that the road can be dangerous in ways you don't expect. For van dwellers and stealth campers, the wilderness isn't the only threat. Sometimes the most dangerous moments come from people who know how to hide in plain sight. Meet Natasha, the creator behind the channel Quest Out West. Living in her Dodge Grand Caravan with her 3 cats, she documents her nomadic life and inspires her viewers to face their fears and embrace adventure. But one night, during what was supposed to be a simple search for a remote campsite, Natasha would find herself confronting real terror, pushed far beyond her comfort zone. It began in Squamish, British Columbia. Natasha set off down a service road, her GPS promising a secluded spot for the night. At first, she was excited, but as the road grew narrower and more dangerous, her nerves began to fray.
Nervous because we seem to be driving out a lot further than this is a pretty narrow road, quite bumpy, and I'm not sure what this...
On one side, a sheer cliff dropped off just inches from her tires. With no space to turn back, she realized she was committed to whatever lay ahead. Soon, she reached a fork.
Warning, road deactivated. My God, use extreme caution. Oh my God. Okay, no, I don't know, man. Okay, and the car is like literally slipping backwards.
One sign pointed toward a campground, the safer option. The other warned that the road ahead was deactivated. As she debated, another vehicle confidently took the forbidden path. Against her better judgment, Natasha followed. It was a decision she immediately regretted. Her van's tires slipped on the steep incline, the vehicle beginning to roll backward toward the edge. Heart pounding, she stopped before disaster struck and pulled into a small turnout with a stunning view. But beauty quickly gave way to dread.
I'm concerned that in the middle of the night that we're going to accidentally roll down the hill or something. Or maybe even just get hit by somebody else coming down this road. Would not be good. Is that a crashed plane? I don't think it's a plane, but it might be a crashed RV. Somebody that actually did go off this edge. So, it's an authentic fear.
Below the cliff, she spotted what looked like the wreckage of a vehicle that hadn't been as fortunate. And then came the sound. From deep within the woods, an eerie, otherworldly noise echoed. Something Natasha could only compare to the predator from the movies.
Do you hear that? Is that supposed to be a bird?
She froze. Was it a bird or something else? As she unpacked, the fear deepened. Every item she removed from the van felt like it slowed her chance of escape if whatever was making that sound stepped out of the shadows.
Becoming increasingly more vulnerable as I take stuff out of the van. It's not like I could just slam the door shut and take off, because I gotta put all this stuff back in the van. And then I'm hearing this weird-ass sound from the woods.
By nightfall, the forest was alive with movement. Every rustle, every snapping twig sent her into a panic. The feeling of being watched became unbearable. Finally, she gave in to her instincts, hastily repacking and fleeing the area. But her nightmare wasn't over.
So, finish my food and then shove everything back in the van. Now it's getting pretty dark. And I really just want to get out of here. I don't want to sleep here for the night. I'm just too creeped out. Every single little noise that I heard, I was like, oh my God, what is that? Is that a bear? I just can't.
On the dark highway, headlights appeared in her mirror. A truck. At first it seemed ordinary, until it closed in, tailgating aggressively with its high beams blinding her. The driver's behavior grew increasingly threatening, swerving and nearly forcing her off the road when she tried to pull over. Natasha's escape from the forest had turned into a terrifying confrontation with a human predator.
A truck starts driving behind me, really right up on my butt, like tailgating me, and with his high beams on or whatever, and he's doing it on purpose. And I'm going like 85 in a 90. It's not like I'm going too slow. I'm just going too slow for him. And I saw a turn off for a lookout, but he was right on my ass. I couldn't even slow down, so he almost ran me off the road, and there was nothing else I could do.
Shaken and exhausted, she eventually found refuge in the familiar safety of a Walmart parking lot. What began as a quest for peace in nature had spiraled into a multi-layered nightmare. The strange sounds in the woods had left her unsettled, but the most terrifying danger came not from the forest, but from another driver on the open road. It's a chilling reminder. Sometimes the scariest part of an adventure isn't nature itself. It's the people you meet along the way. Meet Ian, the adventurer behind the YouTube channel Ian on YouTube. His videos offer viewers a raw and unfiltered glimpse into his life, from breathtaking hikes through nature to the harsh reality of sleeping in his car. Ian invites his audience into experiences few would dare to share. But one night, in the pursuit of compelling content, he found himself confronting the very real dangers of his own city. The day began peacefully with a hike, but when night fell, the atmosphere changed. After finishing a late shift at work, Ian decided to take on a risky challenge for his subscribers to survive a night in what he described as a very, very, very bad area.
So I just got out of work, and what a day I had. I got a couple stories to share with you guys. This is a very, very, very bad area. If you look right now, this is where we are. There's a liquor store here that's closed. There is another liquor store here. And if you go around the corner, there's another liquor store right there.
At 2 a.m., the city felt almost abandoned. The streets were lined with shuttered businesses, the air thick with unease. As Ian drove through the dimly lit roads, he couldn't ignore the feeling that eyes might be on him. This area was notorious. Constant foot traffic and the presence of unpredictable, sometimes hostile characters made it clear. This was no place to let his guard down.
I'm starting to get pretty sketched out. My city's pretty ghetto. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this probably isn't the best idea. There's a lot of foot traffic, a lot of interesting characters.
His goal was simple: find a spot to survive the night without incident. But every option felt dangerous. A filthy alleyway, a shadowed side street. Each potential camping spot carried its own risks, amplifying his growing anxiety.
Camp here. There's no way. There's just so much bad going on. I've just been sitting here kind of observing for a second, seeing what's going on, and there's no way I survived the night out here without getting a broken window or something. This is insane. No, definitely not this dirty alleyway. I can't believe how bad my city has gotten. It was relatively nice before when I was a kid, but now it's just an absolute dump. And it's really sad to see like the city you grew up in just turn into like a...
Finally, he chose a supermarket parking lot. It wasn't perfect, but it offered at least a small sense of safety amid the chaos. Settling in, Ian tried to create some normalcy by preparing a grilled cheese sandwich in the back of his car. The smell of butter sizzling on the pan, the simplicity of the moment, stood in eerie contrast to the hostile energy just outside his locked doors.
But I'm gonna give it my best shot. And we are going to see if I can make a grilled cheese sandwich in the back of my car. This is the strangest thing I've ever done in my entire life, bro. Got out of work, I went on a hike, I'm here in a parking lot at 2 a.m. making grilled cheese in the back of my Kia Forte.
That click of the lock was more than a precaution. It was a fragile barrier between Ian and the dangers of the night. Every sound beyond his window became amplified. Footsteps, distant voices, the occasional car creeping past. Though no direct confrontation ever came, the dread was constant. The fear wasn't of the unknown, like in a forest. It was of something far more unsettling, the unpredictability of other people. The hours dragged on, every moment tense. Ian didn't rest, not really. The unease of being surrounded by desperate strangers in a dangerous part of the city left him wired, alert, and painfully aware of his vulnerability. By morning, he emerged unscathed, but the experience had left its mark. Ian's story serves as a chilling reminder. Sometimes the most frightening place to spend the night isn't a haunted forest or an abandoned building. It's the city itself, after everyone else has gone to sleep.